Well, I thought I knew what this week was going to look like, but I was wrong. I'm Lisa. This is Second Peak, and I'm on a decluttering and health journey that's been disrupted momentarily by a move to a new town. So let me catch you up. The bad news is that our neighbor's son and daughter-in-law are not going to be able to buy our house after all. And so we're really disappointed and sad for that, but they just simply can't make the numbers work for them. And we completely understand that. And so now our house has to go on the market. And here's the surprising news, is that yesterday we met with a realtor. And the great news is that she thinks that our house is worth more than we expected. So that's exciting and really encouraging. And so she walked through the house and she commented, "You have beautiful style. Your furniture is wonderful. Leave it furnished." And I'm thinking, oh, this is going great. And when she said that, I almost laughed, because if you walked through my house and you knew where everything came from, then you'd realize that it's mostly a hodgepodge of hand-me-downs and Craigslist finds and estate sales, things that my parents have given me, or my aunt, or things when Chris's mom and grandmother died, and things that somebody left behind when they moved. And somehow it all works together. And so maybe style isn't about matching furniture, and maybe it's about seeing possibilities, like I talk about a lot. And I think that our realtor unintentionally validated something that I've kind of been discovering through this whole process. And I've always apologized for my house because I see the clutter. And she walked in and she saw the design, and that's a huge difference. And she wasn't complimenting expensive furniture, she was complimenting my eye. And those are not the same thing. And so that's encouraging, because this channel isn't about buying beautiful things. It's about creating and cultivating beauty with what you have. And a professional realtor just confirmed that that's what people experience when they walk into our home. And so that's a compliment and a confidence boost that I should receive with gratitude. So I'm grateful for that. But then the compliment was a little bit backhanded, because she says, "You just need to declutter. Everything off the closet floors, clean out the office, clean out the basement, touch up the paint, and I want pictures on Wednesday." What? Wednesday? And I started laughing. I mean, have you seen my office? Have you seen that every closet is bursting at the seams? And now here's another reality. So the tree guy got delayed, the yard guy got delayed, and Monday I'm leaving for Missouri all the way through Thursday. And today we're negotiating repairs recommended on the new house. And somewhere in there I'm supposed to apparently completely transform this house. And so now we've got the first real logistical problem too on the move, the order of things. It's completely the opposite. It's not pack the lovelies and leave the rest for the estate sale. Now it's get rid of everything that we aren't taking. And that's a whole other way of working. That's the opposite of what I had planned. And so it's making me think, is the estate sale worth it if it delays getting to market? Probably not. And so now I feel rushed and pressure. And so here's what I have to realize, is that sometimes life doesn't line up neatly, and the deadlines won't wait until you're ready, and everything always piles up at once, including all this work stuff. And so yesterday morning before the realtor came, I looked around the house and I thought, there is absolutely no way. And then I'm like, okay, I have 2 hours. And I didn't overthink, I didn't organize, I just come back from Colorado. I didn't make any emotional decisions, I just cleaned. And I was amazed. And when the realtor walked through, I thought, this really does look good. It wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better than it had been 2 hours earlier. And so that was encouraging too, because it helped me realize that sometimes we look at the whole mountain and we think, I can't do it. And maybe we don't need to climb the whole mountain in a day. Maybe we just need to focus for just 2 hours. And there was a downside. I completely missed my workout and I skipped breakfast, and I'm not recommending that as a lifestyle, but it did teach me something, because progress does create momentum, and momentum creates hope. And so this week I've discovered something that I've never really said before, and I tend to overestimate what I have to do, and I underestimate what I can accomplish in a few focused hours. And so today we're going to start the cleaning out, and I've still got to pack for my Missouri trip, and we've got negotiations on the new house, and the yard crew is coming today, and somewhere in all of this, we're going to make some progress, and that's what matters. And on the flip side, our buyer realtor went to measure the new house and get the other dimensions that I needed, and bless his heart, he measured all the windows and all the closets and everything except the one thing that I actually need, which is the usable wall space. I already knew the room dimensions. I needed to know where the furniture actually can fit based on the dimensions of my furniture. And so I guess we'll be having that conversation, and he'll be measuring again. The other thing was I got my hair cut. And why is it that the day your hair always looks the best is the day you go in for a haircut? Every single time. And I kept telling him I don't want it to look conservative. I want it a little messy, a little edgy, a little artsy. And for the second time, I feel like I got old lady. And so here's the irony though. A young mom came up to me at church on Sunday, and she said, I started working out because of you. And she goes, you are my inspiration. Your arms are so toned. And I totally wasn't expecting that. I mean, I'm 56 and she's in her 30s and she looks great. And then the realtor asked me, what do I do to stay so fit? And then my hairdresser says, you know, you should be a fitness model. Look at those muscles. And it made me just laugh out loud, because I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I've lost 4 pounds in the last week that I didn't want to lose. I've barely eaten properly. I haven't exercised the way that I normally do. I've been traveling. I'm exhausted. And life is just funny that way. And I also realized that I started feeling self-conscious. Not because I'm out of shape, but because I wondered if people thought that I was trying to show off. And isn't that strange that, I mean, if someone wears a sleeveless shirt with soft arms, nobody thinks anything about it, right? But I started worrying that because I've worked hard to get stronger, that somebody might think that I was showing off. That's how warped my thinking can become. And so I'm just going to wear the sleeveless shirt. I mean, it's August in the South. Listen to these birds. And then the lender. I stayed up late until midnight on Monday, loading up documents requested before flying to Colorado on Tuesday morning. And Friday, they texted me asking where they were. And I'm like, seriously? And then I get a text, never mind, we found them. So welcome to moving. That's just real life this week. And some really encouraging things, a few disappointments, a whole lot of dust, and a whole lot of decisions. And somehow God has been faithful through every single bit of it. And I'm going to take you along for all of it. Like I said, the good, the bad, the ugly, because that's where life actually happens. And I'd love to hear your comments or advice. I can take any advice, please. And I hope to see you next week.